I've always loved the ocean, and it wasn't because of the sun's rays bouncing off of the surface, or the dolphins dancing along through the air like fairies singing their hearts out. No, it was because of the mysterious creatures living below the surface. I think they were called mermaids. I've never seen one myself yet, but I've always wished to see one someday. Being the captain's assistant on the ship, I had a very important duty, keeping lookout for new lands, and anything suspicious coming out of the water. I was up here, in the crow's nest, looking out through my telescope. The wind was very strong today, and not only that, the sun was baking everyone else, though the wind did its job to cool my crew members off. Look lively up there, son. Do you see anything? The captain knew just when to call, and I knew I wanted to give him an answer. All's looking well up here, Cap'n. Good on YA, lad. Keep up the great work. Aye, Cap'n. Looking out for new lands, or old lands, wasn't too hard to partake in as the easiest job. All I had to do was look through my magic telescope, and find out just what wonders I can find. Everything was going smoothly, until my eye caught a glimpse of was that what I thought it was? Something leaped joyfully out of the water with the dolphins. Her hair, bright red-orange, skin so soft and the color of caramel, and that fin, it was a bright yellow, with scales glittering as the sun itself. She wore dark purple shells against her chest, and silver rings around her wrists. From the looks of it, she was laughing, or was she singing? I couldn't tell, she was too far away, but the telescope made it clear that I wasn't dreaming. Another leap, and the sun caught her beautifully, making it as though it was like a painting hanging up on the wall. Water splashing all over her skin and the dolphins which flew with her, and then down they came, in slow motion. The sight took my breath away. Wow! But in that moment and time, I didn't think the perfect day would end in a bad turn. The wind started to pick up, blowing the ship back and forth. I gasped loudly, my telescope flying from my hands, as my long dark hair whipped against my face. I can hear the captain shouting for everyone to pull the sails, so we can get the ship to become more stable, while I clung to the crow's nest for dear life. I turned my sharp green gaze towards the site of where the dolphins had played, only to find that they had swam off towards the sun, the mermaid hopping along with them. The redhead beauty I would never again get to see in my life. But my daydream brought me back to the now, as the wind howled loudly, causing me to grip my fingers tightly, as the cap'n bellowed for me to stay calm, and hold on. My heart was racing loudly, as fear clung to my skin, and if I thought this was worse, what happened next made my fear become a reality. Of course, I loved the ocean, and had swam in it a few times, but I wasn't prepared for what happened next. The crow's nest shook violently, a loud sickening crack like a whip from the wind, sliced it in half, and down I came. I screamed loudly, my eyes widened in shock, as my body tumbled down towards the deck, only to hit the edge of the ship, falling backwards into the ocean. My eyes closed them, my lung taking in the last gulp of air. I was sinking, or at least, that's what it felt like. My mind was only full of the red-headed beauty my eyes had ever seen. The happy smile she had, making my heart full of glee, and her appearance, so majestic. No. I can't die yet. I will not die. I need to see her again. My eyes opened, my body suddenly becoming aware of where I was, and what was happening. I began to feel myself move, my legs suddenly ached to get back into the practice of a swimming technique, my arms flailing to reach for the surface as I continued to sink, and then my lungs. Trying to hold on to the last breath I took, but it was too much. My lungs burned, my heart raced, my body flailed, and my mind stayed determined. My fingers reached for something to hold, the sun now back, glimmering through the surface, and a loud angry scream fell from my lips. It rose, as I wished I could, the scream carried by the bubbles, and tears flew from my eyes, rising to the surface. I'm sorry, Captain. I'm sorry I won't be there to see your concerned smile, if you had pulled me up from the depths. I'm sorry I failed you. Remember me, and tell my parents that I love them. My body sank, lower and lower into the deep, my eyes just stared blankly ahead, no strength left in my body to continue to fight. Then, a presence of some kind, below me, as if 100 eyes were watching. My eyes suddenly widened, and fear crept into my skin, making it crawl and shiver. I could hear something below, something soft, sticky, and clingy. Kelp. It was kelp. What was it doing? I can feel something alive, something dangerous. Suddenly alerts were going through my mind, telling me to swim, get away, do it for the sake of your life. The kelp clung to my body, wrapping itself along my arms, legs, neck, and torso. I began to fight back, screaming as if my life depended on it, but as I squirmed and pulled and pushed,
Did you enjoy the content? If you did, please give that like button a click, and subscribe for more videos like this one. Don't forget to put your thoughts in the comments section below. And remember, have a raven-filled night.